MD Prepper here with initial review and impressions and thoughts on the Rock Island Armory 1911 Tactical in 45 ACP. Picked this up today at the gun show for $460 plus tax on top of that. Thought it was a great price. I'd yet to own a full-size 1911. Shot plenty of them, shoot them all the time, but didn't own one of my own. Figured it's about time. I didn't want to spend a fortune on a gun that's going to be kind of a beater service pistol. Got some special purposes with this one that I'll show y'all in later videos, but didn't want to spend the cash on a SIG or a Colt or Kimber, something like that, but wanted a decent, reliable, accurate 1911, and heard lots of good reviews about this one for a very good price for an intro handgun of any sort, especially for home defense or getting into the 1911 world. This is a great choice overall. It's a basic bare bones 1911, nothing real special about it. This has got a few little extra upgrades on it, being the quote tactical version. They have one in standard GI version that runs you about $400 out the door, which is stellar for a 1911. These may not be the prettiest 1911s out there, but they work, and they work very well. I fired about 150 rounds of this today, and no failures to eject or anything like that. So there's safety checked for you. They flip it around here, show it to you. Parkerized finish, nothing fancy. This is going to scratch up if you carry or use this thing much, but again, that's what it's for. Again, I think some of the scratches on a carry gun add a lot of character, personally. This one, I paid, like I said, about $60 more for it, being the tactical version. It's got the Novak style sights on it here, still black on black, but still a little bit easier to see than the standard 1911 sights in my opinion. It's got the skeletonized trigger in here, which I like a little bit better. I'm used to that, and it's got the commander style hammer on the back, which again I also prefer to the standard GI style. This also has the ambidextrous safety on it. If you can see that right there. I prefer that just for personal use. Not that I need the ambidextrous safety, but I've got a lot of friends who shoot who are left-handed, and that's just better for them. I figure it's a better overall purchase. I've got your beaver tail safety grip here as well. Front, you got some grip there, and you got some very nice checkering on the back, which I think puts this above the standard GI model, and definitely worth the $60 increased price, in my opinion. But if you want to go bare bones, classic GI style, nothing wrong with that. I just thought this was a little bit better. My only complaint with this gun so far are the grips here. The panels here are a little thick, they're not checkered, a little too smooth, a little too thick in my hand. It feels fine for me for an average style hand, but if you had a slightly smaller size hand, it may be a little too wide. I don't know. I'll definitely be changing these out at some point for something else a little better, in my opinion, maybe prettier, or maybe just more tactical, practical. I can change out the sights. The sights aren't great, especially for a bedside gun for night shooting. If you're trying to shoot at somebody with the lights off, you're not going to be able to see much with these black on black sights, so you could add some paint or fingernail polish, something like that, but I'm probably just going to trade them out at some point. The front sight on this one is dovetail rather, so that can be easily changed out, as can the rear. One of the newer styles. This is a newer Rock Island Armory. They used to have Rock Island Armory imprinted into the slide. This was just printed on there. If you can see that right there. Still got oil on it and all. Like I said, comes with one magazine, 8+1. I believe this was made in Italy, I believe. Yes, Italian-made magazine. Functioned flawlessly today, no problems at all. I'll probably pick up a few more. I do have some standard Colt GI mags that I use in this thing. They fired flawlessly, did very well. No problems whatsoever, except that when the last round was fired, it did lock the slide open, but when you drop the mag, the slide would come forward. It wouldn't fully lock it with the standard Colt mags. Don't know if that's a problem with those two magazines. Those are older mags. Those are very old. I don't know if that's been improved or not, but either way, I'll probably stick with the standard Arms Corps ones. I like these. I like the little extension here off the back, the bottom rather. Seems to work real well. Very pretty also. Like I said, I put 150 or so rounds through this today. 100 rounds of Arms Corps 45 because, well, this is by Arms Corps, so I figured I should break it in proper. Those fired flawlessly. Then I fired another 100 rounds of cheap junk, steel-cased Russian ammo, just because I had some to get rid of, and ammo prices are kind of ridiculous right now, so it'll break this thing in. Fired flawlessly with everything. A little less accurate with the cheap junk Russian stuff. Do not have the target to show you guys because the wind was blowing, and long story short, it messed up the target and it got torn up. But excellent accuracy overall, especially with the proper brass cased ammo from Armscore 230 grain ball. Ammo was greatly accurate. So nice little pistol. Hopefully I can show you some vids at the range, and I'll show you what else I'm going to do with this thing in the future. It should be kind of fun and unique. Hope you found this useful, guys. If you're looking for a new 1911 for a low cost, great way to go. Absolutely fantastic. They also offer these 9mm 38 Super, and they're just coming out with one in a 10mm. I cannot wait to get my hands on the 10, because you know I love my 10s. MD Prepper out.